in today's news, BVI remembers Honorable H.L. Stout.
Deputy Governor of the Virgin Islands begins consultation on jewelry reform.
Brandywine Bay Beach to undergo major developments.
BVI government allots $3 million towards coronavirus preparedness.
Tennessee tornado has a death toll rising and many injuries and displacements. And Wheatley opens a 7th district office. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
What are you really running for, boss? You could have bust a hole in your head. But see with the competition, which means you're about to bust a hole in your pocket.
I could get my modem, please.
Anyhow, I got something huge to show you.
I gotta be sick in your head.
The whole on string bean, Tina kind of party. Check this. That's LTE1 for just about everyone. LTE2 for you and your boo. And hold on. Bam! Rate so low, you feel like you're free. That's LTE3 for you and the whole family.
Save even more on your internet with new pricing from CCT. Get LTE 2 now for only $149. Get LTE 3 for the new low price of $189. All packages are unlimited, so there's no overage charge. You don't have to run into Chaz for savings. Just stop by our store and sign up today. Come on over to CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome everybody, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020. I'm Ron Grant.
And I'm Kyla Kenesha Forbes.
We hope each and every one of you enjoyed your Monday holiday.
Yes, it was a long weekend.
Long
hope
weekend.
you enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right. Yesterday, Monday, March 2nd, Virgin Islanders and residents spent most of the day remembering the first Chief Minister of the Territory of the Virgin Islands, the Honorable Hamilton Lavity Stout. This year marks the 25th anniversary of his passing, and every year since 1995, residents remember his life and legacy. This year, and particularly special, it's not only because it commemorated the 25th anniversary of his passing, but the 30th anniversary of H.L. Stout Community College, for which he founded, and the 70th anniversary of ministerial government here in the British Virgin Islands. The day began with the 20th annual wreath-laying ceremony at the Capoons Bay Burial Ground, followed by a ceremony of thanksgiving and reflection at the Eileen L. Parsons Auditorium, where persons from all walks of life gathered to remember the life and legacy of H.L. Stout. Now, some of these speakers included Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, who gave a riveting speech outlining his contributions. Historian Dr. Angel Smith put a lot of stuff into perspective for the audience, and Premier the Honorable Andrew A. Foy also gave a very heartfelt speech. Throughout the ceremony, there were scores of uplifting musical selections by Virgin Islanders and various artists. Now, Kyla, we were both present at this very remarkable celebration. It's been going on for quite some time now, but there was something very special about this particular celebration.
I will agree.
The Honorable Eileen L. Parsons, who has been an elected official. She served as minister, and she served us in various cultural capacities. She has been the chairwoman of the BVI Commemorative Committee, H.L. Stout Commemorative Committee, and she's passing the mantle on to a more younger, vibrant set of hands. But not only that, we saw where tributes just continue to pour in, very lively celebrations. What were your thoughts?
As you said, I think this event and celebration, you saw where the mantle was being passed. And I think in reflection with myself, I think it's so important for young persons to kind of step in and
I agree.
You know, be a part of these celebrations and really learn about, in this aspect, it was the legacy of H.L. Stout, but
Indeed.
just culture in the BVI. I was happy, very, very happy to be there. It was, as you said, a lively event. My favorite part, I would say, would probably be Mr. Angel Smith. I truly enjoyed that.
It was remarkable, yeah.
But then also the speech from the Premier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really genuine.
He was preaching there for a minute. Yeah.
He definitely was. But it was a great time, and I'm glad I was able to make it.
Awesome. Now, one of the things that's very important, ladies and gentlemen, is every year we celebrate this holiday in memory of our late Chief Minister. However, it is very important for us to understand the trajectory of history, where we came from, and the way forward. So the journey definitely continues. Now, for those of you who were not at the event, be sure to check out our Facebook page for full coverage of the day's events.
Definitely, definitely. As we move on, Honorable Natalio Wheatley, in his capacity as representative of the 7th Electoral District, and Honorable Shireen Flax Charles, at-large representative and junior minister of Trade and Economic Development, met with the residents of Brandywine Bay to discuss the developments of Brandywine Bay Beach. Now, Ron, I think it was just last week, we reported on this. Honorable Wheatley discussed his plans for Brandywine Bay Beach. Honorable Wheatley, he envisions transforming the beach into a place where families and tourists can gather and enjoy various activities. He spoke about developing a fisherman's wharf, a bandstand, water sports rental, a boat ramp, vendor booths, and so much more. But another thing that I didn't mention in that report, Honorable Wheatley spoke about the people. What really caught the people's attention is a bungalow-style resort.
Interesting.
To be built in the hillsides of Brandywine Bay. These bungalow-style rooms. It resembles resorts in the Maldives, Bora Bora, and even St. Lucia. Viewers, you can see it here. We've seen it, in magazines.
We have.
We've seen it on TV. But to think this is actually coming to the BVI, it really sounds exciting. But,
indeed.
Ron,
yes,
here's the thing. So, as Honorable Wheatley spoke about this, persons became intrigued and they asked, well, is this a government project or is this someone else? And then
somewhat of an investor?
Right.
Okay.
So it came up that it will be a private local investor.
Okay. Interesting.
So persons were intrigued by this term, private local investor, and the persons there at this meeting was questioning,
Right.
who is this private local investor? They hope that indeed it is a local investor. So hopefully, as this progresses, we can hear a little bit more about this exciting resort, but also probably the persons behind
All
it.
right. Well, this is not the first time, Kala, that in our territory, with the new administration, we've heard talks, or the slogan private donor that was mentioned by the Honorable Premier of the Virgin Islands in regards to the rebuilding of the Leonora Devil Primary School in Carrot Bay. He did mention that a private donor came forward and will be or has committed to rebuilding the school. We have no idea who that person is, and perhaps as a society, perhaps we don't need to. I think it's very interesting while we speak about accountability when it comes to certain matters of interest. I think sometimes some persons who genuinely are, under consideration and care for the people, they prefer not to be in the limelight. So that could be one of the reasons.
I agree in some instances,
Yes.
and then in some instances, it might be important for the people of the Virgin Islands to know who is investing into.
Well, let me ask you this: as a voting member of the electorate for the 7th district, how do these plans come across to you as just a member of the electorate of that district?
I think it's great plans. I think the people of the 7th district have been waiting. They've heard many plans for this specific beach,
Yes.
Brandywine Bay, and I think it is definitely a jewel and it has so much potential. So me as a voter would love to see something happening there, but just hoping
We'll
that
see what becomes of it.
Definitely. So, viewers, still ahead, Deputy Governor begins consultation on jury reform, and BVI government allots $3 million towards coronavirus preparedness. All this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
Viewers, welcome back. You're watching 284 News. Deputy Governor of the Virgin Islands, Mr. David Archer, met last week with Registrar of the Supreme Court, Mrs. Erica Smith Penn, to discuss the way forward in returning the jury bill to the House of Assembly. The Deputy Governor and Registrar both agreed that the first steps should be to the establishment of a stakeholder group who will be tasked with providing comments on areas of interest or concern they wish to see captured in the 2019 bill and that are not included in the 1914 Act. The composition of the jury list, for example, exemption of category of persons, provisions for jury services, maximum age of jurors, and the electronic processing of the jury list. Deputy Governor Archer said, and I quote, "Jury reform is an important exercise that must be undertaken in the territory. The Jury Act is an important piece of legislation that governs the judicial process, and we must ensure that if it is relevant, modern, and reflective of the Virgin Islands that we envision." The stakeholders include the Chief Justice, Attorney General, Acting Director of Public Prosecution, Commissioner of Police, Senior Magistrate, the Registrar of the Supreme Court, Chief Immigration Officer, all judges from the General Bench and Bar, and the BVI Bar Association's legal practitioners. To date, territory consultation and review of the existing 1914 Jury Act was completed by the Law Reform Commission in 2007. The jury management software was purchased for implementation. The Jury Bill 2009 was drafted and had its first reading in the House of Assembly on July 24th, 2009. The jury selection process was also improved to coincide with the activation of the jury management software. Kyla, one of the issues in our territory that we take for granted when it comes to our legal and judicial system, I think this reform is a long time coming. Since the last reform, it's pretty dated, so I look forward to seeing what's going to be implemented in the provisions in this act. One of the things that we've always had a concern with here in the Virgin Islands is the protection of jurors as it pertains to very high profile cases, and we have a number of those cases coming up for murder and a variety of areas. So I'm looking forward to seeing what exactly is in the fine print.
Definitely, most definitely. Premier and Minister of Finance Honorable Andrew Foy has agreed to issue a special warrant to secure initial funding of over $3 million to assist with the preparedness and response efforts to the coronavirus disease. The disease, which reared its head in the Caribbean region over the weekend and prompted a regional meeting of CARICOM health officials. According to Minister of Health and Social Development, Honorable Carvin Malone, in his address, which was released yesterday, he said the initial funds will be used towards the retrofitting of immigration booths, establishment of quarantine station at ports of entry, and the refurbishment of sections of the major Peebles wing at the Dr. D. Olander Smith Hospital for the isolation and care of patients affected by the disease. He also went on to say the funds will be used towards overall coordination, surveillance and risk assessment, rapid response, laboratory detection, ports of entry surveillance, public awareness and community engagement, case management, and effective control activities. The minister encouraged the entire community to heed the call being made by the Ministry of Health and Social Development, as well as regional and international public health agencies, that there should be a shift in mindset from preparedness to readiness and rapid response. The health minister assured once again that there is no confirmed cases of the virus in the territory. He disclosed that there has also been enhanced health surveillance, testing, and quarantines of persons of interest.
We see where the coronavirus is keeping our Minister of Health and his officials very busy, but we appreciate every effort made by them.
And I'm glad to see that we're showing this this level of readiness.
We have to, yeah.
Yes, it definitely assures the people of the Virgin Islands.
Indeed.
You know, still ahead, Wheatley opens 7th District Office, and Tennessee tornado has death toll rising and many injured and displaced. All this and so much more when 284 News returns.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There's the answer code.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Brilliant Hands and Minds Tutoring Services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, more news for the people of the 7th District. Honorable Natalia Wheatley, representative for the 7th Electoral District, opened an official district office in Fat Hogs Bay. The office is located in the building which was previously housed the Elite Superette right in the heart of Fat Hogs Bay. The opening hours are 1 to 5 p.m. on Monday to Friday. The district rep explained that the establishment of a district office is in an effort to improve the representation for the people of this district. Now, Ron, when we think about a district office, this is a central area. I think it makes it a lot easier for constituents to find their elected representative, and I think this might be a good move.
Particularly those who are sick and the elderly. We know the 7th District is a pretty large community, so
Very true.
It is realistic to have some sort of access in the actual district. Yeah.
Yes, and I think representatives on a whole are very hard to find. So at least if you have this central area where persons can come and make appeals, complaints, or even any issue that they have in the community, it's really, really good. The office will have a secretary to tend to constituents. If persons would like to meet with the district rep, they can now make appointments through the district office. Ron, I think, once again, I think the people are really pleased with this move.
Step in the right direction.
Definitely.
The death toll continues to rise, with the latest report showing some 19 persons dead, according to the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency, after a devastating tornado ripped through Nashville in the early hours of today, Tuesday, March 3rd, with authorities saying many others being injured and multiple businesses and homes have been flattened. The destruction came amid an outbreak of latest report where 5 twisters in 3 states occurred: Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, and East Nashville, as well as the suburb of Mount Juliet, where they were hit pretty badly. Mount Juliet Police Department issued an update early this morning saying our community has been greatly impacted by a tornado. There are multiple homes damaged and multiple people injured. Our officers are in the early stages of this response, and we continue to assess this situation and what is happening. There are multiple homes damaged, multiple people injured, multiple people still trapped. We need your help. He further stated there are gas lines that are leaking, power lines that are on the ground, and multiple emergency responders are responding to those who are injured and trying to get them the help they need. Chandler continued, "We appreciate your concern. Your prayers continue to pray for us and the first responders and those that are injured, and we will continue to keep you updated." Kyla, a very tragic story here coming out of Nashville, Tennessee, where we see where the people of the United States are facing a very difficult time. Again, the latest count was 13, and they do expect it to rise, unfortunately. But we could understand the situation, the level of paranoia and just uneasy that's probably affecting them right now.
Very sad, and we will pray for the persons
thoughts
over
and prayers
in Tennessee.
are with them.
Definitely. So viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to visit our website at www.284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I am Kyla Kenesha Forbes.
And Ron Grant. We'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. We appreciate each of our viewers all across the island as well as regionally and internationally for tuning in. It is our pleasure to keep you updated. We are your source for honest and impartial news right here on 284 Media. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Have a good evening.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at 284 Media, we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. 284 Media proudly presents its newest talk show, The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, with yours truly, Ron Grant. A show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. Don't worry, it's not all about suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a 284 Media production.